If I had to pick words to describe my mom, I would pick strong, courageous, considerate, loving, and caring.
That is from Animal Crossing.
She is probably the best thing I could ask for a mother-in-law. She's just so supportive and she's there. And if there's anything that I ever need, I know that I can go to her, and that's really special to me.
Very intense and fabulous.
My mom is very compassionate, extremely honest to a fault, and very loving. So my mom has always been extremely compassionate towards me. I've had a lot of struggles in life, and my mom has always been my sounding board, kind of. She's the person that I can call when I'm not sure what to do next. But I think a good example is when I was starting out with deciding whether or not to apply to grad school, and my mom sat down with me and made a pro and con list and really just showed me, that I was capable of more than I felt like I was. And she's always just been that person in my life who supported me and pushed me through any hardship that I was having personally. She's a great lady. I love you, Mom.
Sonia, if I had to describe her in 3 to 5 words, it would be that she is very warm-hearted, very generous, and very kind.
Caring, stubborn, and funny. I remember when we were driving to Kansas City when we first lived there, and he knew that I didn't know how to drive through long traffic, and he was scared, he knew I was scared. So he was trying to teach me how to drive through traffic and use the cruise control, but I wasn't really catching on. And he was very patient with me, and he knew that I was very sensitive, so caring in the way of he didn't raise his voice when I was doing something wrong, but stubborn onto where we went to lunch. He was like, "Don't worry, I'll drive. I'll drive the rest."
Papa is funny. I love him.
Smart, honest, understanding, and kind. My dad has always wanted to help people, and he never asks anything in return. And he always does his work really well when he helps.
My grandfather is very honest. He's very very kind to people, and he doesn't really he always likes to help out. Every time I had a question, he'd always help me out. Well, if I had a question to if we were watching a show and it was a race car show and I said, "Who's winning this?" he'd always tell me, "This is the person that's winning the race right now." And if I had a question for a problem that I had, he would always help me figure it out. And if I was having troubles, he'd always help me through it.
Probably all the times when I was a kid playing travel baseball, you could hear her in the stands just yelling and going crazy, having a good time cheering for us.
When we had a sleepover and baked a cake. Coming outside and watering the plants.
Probably the tornado that we just had, and coming over here and taking shots afterwards.
So, Nene hugs me, and she wants me, and she kisses me.
I don't think I can give you my favorite memory because I have so many different memories of my mom at different stages throughout my life. But, and a great example of memories that I have of my mom include, she really taught me how to be an adult from a young age. She taught me how to take responsibility for my actions in life, and responsibility is something that she really focused on with, me and my brothers both. But growing up, my mom used to teach us how to cook, and she would always be like, all right, now this is gonna be 33 cents a serving. So she would teach us how to make food on a budget, and I never really appreciated it till I got to college.
My favorite memory of my mom is seeing how happy she was at my high school graduation. And just, you could tell that she was so proud that at that time all of her kids were doing really well.
I think my favorite memory of Dennis would be when he got to hold his grandchildren for the first time. Just the joy he had in his eyes, and I almost saw him cry.
I have a lot of favorite memories, but one that stands out to me is when we went to Myrtle Beach. It was at a pretty important time in our life, and I think we were able to really bond over that trip.
My favorite memory with my grandpa is when we would go to Firehouse Subs every time I came over, and we'd eat, and then we'd come back home and basically sit down and watch TV for a little while until my parents came and picked me up.
I want to play a game with Pop. Truck Sister.
So the first time I met Dennis was at my mom's house. I had just come back in, I want to say for Thanksgiving break. And my mom was having a small get together, as she often does. And she introduced me to Dennis, saying, hi, hey Austin, this is Dennis. He is not my boyfriend. And at that time I knew exactly what that meant, which is it was her boyfriend. And I'm glad it was. And this is a fantastic guy.
I don't really remember exactly. Just know that kind of one day he was just part of the family. Just getting the family over here and everybody getting together is always a really good time. It's nice to spend the family time together here at their house.
When I first met Sonia, it was over at her old house, and we were meeting over there for dinner. And she was real nice and kind, and she always wanted time to learn about how everybody was and their personalities and everything like that. And she really hasn't changed since then. She's always the same person.
So whenever my mom and Dennis first got together, I was a server at a bar. And my mom would always tell me that her and Dennis were just friends, or that they were coming in as friends. However, I knew otherwise. So my first memory of them was them coming into the bar and seeing me there. And just from there, I really saw my mom grow so much in happiness. And she became the person she was meant to be, I feel like, in a lot of ways, because she finally had the freedom to advocate for herself and come to realize what she really wanted and needed in life. And Dennis has been amazing. He's been the person that provided that for her, and that, as a couple together, they've grown so much, and it's been really amazing to watch them just develop into a happy couple that they are right now. All right, hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Shelby and I'm the daughter of the bride. It's always a privilege to be asked to stand up for someone's wedding, and today I get to stand up for the woman who always stood up for me. My mom spent years putting her needs behind those of her children and made sacrifices that I'll never be able to understand. I watched my mom over the years overcome every hardship that life threw at her, and the hardships were plentiful, all the while teaching my brothers and I to become compassionate and kind human beings. Some of us learned it better than others, but my brothers, they really did try. My mom is someone who always keeps her word. When I was about 11 or 12, my mom grounded me for 10 years. And sure enough, a few days after my high school graduation, my mom returned to me a very outdated CD album containing Hilary Duff, the Cheetah Girls. And while I missed out on many beautiful nights of listening to wonderful music, I learned a lot of lessons along the way that without them, I don't know if I'd be the same person. Mom, you spent so many years as a single mother with a full-time demanding job, and you spent your free time taking us to sports practice, to our friends' houses, probation meetings, and your needs were always behind ours. You were always the loudest advocate for us. So loud sometimes I was fearful that you would get arrested for being the loudest person in the stands at our sports games. And it's your turn to invest time into yourself and your happiness. And over the years, the past few years, watching you and Dennis grow together in happiness has been amazing. And I am so excited to see what the next few years after this brings for you. I love you.
My dad has always been a great man. Always wanted to help people, never expecting their return. He's always been someone I could always look up to and a real big role model of mine. So I'm real happy to be able to spend this day with him and Sonia. I'm really excited for their future. In the not too distant past, things weren't always the easiest, but my dad always did his best to make it to where I would never see how he would feel. But I could always tell that things would bug him. But then one day, I noticed that he would smile a lot more, he was happier and easygoing with life. And not too long after I noticed that, he sat me down to talk to me, and he told me that he had found someone that he was going to start dating again. And he seemed a bit nervous, but I assumed that was just because he was hoping I would accept it or how I would take it. But seeing that change in my dad, I don't know how I'd ever be able to not accept something like that. From there, I've been able to watch their love grow even deeper every day. And I've watched Sonia take my dad, someone who said he'd never get married again, to someone who couldn't wait to pop the question to her. And that's why I'm so very happy to be here on their stay. And I can't wait to see what the future holds, and I'm so happy for them. And just want to congratulate them for their future.
Congratulations, Denny and Sonia, on your wonderful wedding, and I'm so glad to be a part of it.
Congratulations, Dennis and Sonia. I hope you have a happy life together.
Congratulations, Nene and Dennis.
Congratulations, Mom and Dennis. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to see you guys grow together for the rest of your life. And I am just very happy that the happiness has found you both. You deserve it more than anyone I know.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations on the marriage.
Sonia and Dennis, congratulations.
Congratulations on your marriage. Congratulations on your marriage. Congratulations.
Congratulations on your marriage, guys.
Congratulations, you guys. I'm happy that you guys are getting married.
Congratulations, Nene and Dennis.
All right, everyone. I would like everyone to take their glass and make a toast to the now married couple. Dennis, I'm not sure if you're aware what you're getting yourself into, but it's going to be a very wild ride. Congratulations. Cheers.